what is the cause for this electrovalent or ionic bond? So there are few things which are responsible for this electrovalent bond. First one is the electronegativity. So electronegativity between the two atoms should be very high. So the electronegativity value between the two elements, for example NaCl, so the chlorine is highly electronegative than sodium, so there is the formation of this ionic bond. So the electronegativity should be higher. The difference should be higher. Second one is there should be a low ionization energy. So as I mentioned, ionization energy is the amount of energy required to remove an electron. So the energy required is very less. The third one, higher electron affinity. So the energy required to take up an electron should require more energy. So that's why electron affinity is more here. So for an compound, so you should have a lattice energy. So lattice energy is the energy which is released the formation of this compound by a bond called as ionic bond. So these are the four causes for this electrovalent bond or ionic bond. First one is the electronegativity, next to low ionization energy, then high ionization energy, high electron affinity, and then high lattice energy. So for example, what are the I'll give you examples of these ionic compounds like NaCl, potassium chloride, calcium chloride, etc. These are all ionic compounds, where ionic compound is nothing but the transfer of electrons. So only one atom will give the electrons. Likewise here NaCl, Na will give one electron to the chlorine. So there is only just transfer from one element to the another. So what are the properties of this electrovalent bond? First one is the state of existence. So these exist in the oppositely charged ions. Example is in the form of oppositely charged ions. Second one is the physical state. So physical state, these are extremely solids because ionic bond is a very strong bond. So it is formed by the force called as electrostatic force of attraction. So what happens is there is a strong force between the atoms. For example, NaCl, there is a very strong force and it cannot be broken very easily because there is a strong electrostatic force of attraction. So this is the physical state, which are solids, almost they are solids. So next is the high melting and boiling point. So since they are solids, they have high melting point and boiling point. Next one is the crystal structure. So crystal structure, since they have a geometrical structure, so they are formed in the crystal. Since they are solids also, they will form like a crystal. So next property is the solubility. So ionic compounds are polar in nature, which means, for example, NaCl, these two are not identical. So these are ionic. So and these are polar, which are not identical or polar. And these polar compounds will be soluble only in the polar solvents. So example, water. And these are insoluble in non-polar compounds like benzene, hexane, toluene, etc. So this is the solubility. Next one is the nature of reaction. So since these are ions which can be soluble in, which are not soluble in water and they are independent. So these form ionic compounds. So that is the nature of reaction. Next one is the isomerism. So these ionic compounds are non-directional. Since they are not directional, they will not have a isomeric compounds. So there is no existence of isomerism. And next one is the conductivity. Last point is the conductivity. So these are very bad conductors of heat and electricity when they are solids. So only in the molten state or liquid state they are very good conductors of heat and electricity. In solids they are very bad. So these are the 8 properties of this electrovalent bond. So next we'll discuss about the covalent bond. We studied about the electrovalent, what is electrovalent bond or ionic bond, and what are the causes for this electrovalent bond, and what are the examples, and what are the properties of electrovalent bond. Next one is the covalent bond. So covalent bond. So first of all, what is covalent bond is nothing but the sharing of electrons between two atoms. So for example, if you take hydrogen, so this will have one electron, this will have one electron. So to become stable, it should have 2 electrons, it should have 2 electrons. So what that does is, there is a sharing of electrons. So this becomes stable. Now and this will take up these 2 electrons. This will also be stable. This is called as covalent bond. So now what is covalency? There is a term called as covalency. So the sharing of electrons to form a covalent bond is called as covalency. So the number of electrons. So for example, if you take hydrogen, okay, it takes up 1 pair for the sharing. So 1 pair, then the covalency will be 1. If it takes up 2 pairs, 1 pair means 2 electrons. So 2 pairs means 4 electrons. So 2 pairs is the covalency will be 2. So next, the covalent bonds are of 3 types of bonds. One is single bond, double bond and triple bond. Single bond. So the sharing of electrons takes place in the covalent bond. If there is only 1 pair of electrons are involved in sharing, then they will form a single bond. If 2 pairs of electrons are involved, then it forms a double bond. If 3 pairs of electrons are involved, then it is a triple bond. So for example, I will give here chlorine. 2 chlorine atoms combine to form a Cl2. So it requires only 1 pair of electrons. Whereas Cl already we know they have 7 electrons. 1 electron it needs. So it will take from another Cl. And there is only 1 pair of electrons involved in the bond formation. So it is a single bond. Double bond. For example, if you take O2, there are 2 pairs of electrons involved in this. So it will form a double bond. For example, triple bond, if you take N2 or N2, so it will involve 3 pairs of bonds. So 3 pairs of electrons to form a N triple bond N. So now I will give you examples. So first example is hydrogen. So we know hydrogen atomic number is 1 and it has mass 1. So Lewis structure is H1. So there is another H, again 1 electron. So this is having 1, this is also having 1. But we need 2 to become highly stable. So this will combine. There is a sharing of electrons. So this gives rise to H2. This is one of the examples. So next example is chlorine. So chlorine atomic number is 17, 2, 8, 7 is the electronic configuration. So chlorine. So 1 electron is required. This chlorine also requires 1 electron. So here also there is a sharing. So since there is involvement of only 1 pair, which means only 2 electrons will form a single bond. This is chlorine. Next is water. So hydrogen, 1, another hydrogen, 1 electron. Oxygen is 2 and 6. 2 and 6. So it requires 2 electrons, but hydrogen requires only 1 electron. So oxygen it requires 2 electrons, this requires only 1 electron. So what happens is, this will share with this, okay, and here there is a sharing, and this will take up one of the electron, and here also there is sharing. So another electron, it requires 2 electrons, one from this it will gain and one from this it will gain, and these two will have 2 electrons from this. So this becomes H2O, which means O is attached to Z and then H. This is about water. Next, ammonia. So nitrogen electronic configuration is 2,5. Since its atomic number is 7. Hydrogen, as usual, it needs 1. So this, to become stable, what happens is, so nitrogen, it has 5 electrons. To become stable, it needs 3 electrons. So that 3 electrons it will gain from this free hydrogens. So one it will get from this, and one it will get from this, and the other one it will get from this. So this will share its electrons with this, and this also will share its electron with nitrogen. This will share and this will also share. So finally there is a sharing of electrons between these atoms. So this is about ammonia. So next is CCl4, carbon tetrachloride. Carbon is atomic number is 6. So 2,4 is its electronic configuration. Chlorine is 287. So chlorine is 287. So it needs only 1 electron to become stable. But carbon needs 4 electrons. So there are 4 chlorine atoms. So carbon, it requires another 4 to become highly stable. So that 4 electrons will be gained by the 4 chlorine atoms. Since they have only 7 so here there will be sharing of this electron with carbon, and this electron with carbon, and this electron with carbon, finally this. So there is a sharing taking place between chlorine and then carbon, forming a CCl4. So this is about carbon tetrachloride. Next one is methane. CH4. So we know carbon is 6, hydrogen also 1. So this requires again 4 electrons. Carbon needs 4 electrons. So hydrogen needs only 1 electron. So again what happens is, carbon, it will take up its electron from all the 4 hydrogens, 1 electron. So it will take up 1 electron with this, 1 electron with this, 1 electron with this, and another electron with this, then forming a CH4. So this is about the single bond. These are all what I discussed, like H2, Cl2, CCl4, CH4, and water, ammonia. These all form a single bond. Whereas double bond, example,